Audible. I hope I'm visible. Pranam Priyank. All students, am I audible and visible? Good afternoon. So everyone, we are working on settlement geography. Today is the third class. So how has been your weekend? How has been the homework? People who were writing MMP, how was the test? We were talking on the test also on cultural geography. If you have any questions, please ask. And there's an announcement of another class today. So we'll have another special class, not special class, geography class. I think class left. So I am slotting that industry class today around 7 o'clock. Don't want to carry that backlog. Okay, that. So if you have any questions, so that other people can also join in, I'll wait for your questions quickly if you have any questions. I hope everyone has joined. Good afternoon. Getting your assignments, sir. What are satellite towns? We'll be talking about satellite towns also. What are satellite towns? In सब की भी बात होगी. Okay, that just scrolling up. So, how was the weekend? Did you use it to revise? And if you have any questions, please ask. Quickly, if any question, please ask. So today we are going to talk about, good afternoon Rakesh, good afternoon Devishri, and good afternoon to all the students who've logged in. And I just wanted to know, what did you use your weekend to do the classes and revise them? Any questions? And I see a lot of you submitting your homeworks also. So a lot of work coming in. I think the master stroke 2020 batch is also about to, 2022 mains batch is also about to be over. So उनका भी काम खत्म हो गया है. Soon I'll be launching the list of places in news. So that will also be launched recently, that I do for all main students. So that will also be shared with you. Get that? And for people who joined in just now, this is the Telegram group, and we have a class at 7 also today. So the class which was on industrial geography. Somebody requested, sir, something is pending. So one class on industrial geography was pending, one class on agriculture was pending. So I thought might as well keep completing. So this month I will complete at least one pending class. So let us do that. So that will be there 7 o'clock. So where are we placed right now? Everyone, yes. So this one I had given you as homework. Still pending. I will be talking about this maybe tomorrow. Many of you have submitted, and this was to be done by Kuller. Many of you really submitted very good work, and I'm sure you gain confidence on that. We're done with urban development. We've seen a lot of urban problems which were their characteristics of urbanization in India, and we were looking at some of the remedies, and still, I would say it's work under progress. Get that? Now, you don't know much about the technicalities of urbanization. So today I'll be taking you to the technicalities of urbanization. What is metropolitan region? What is conurbation? And how do we classify that? So I want to tell you that urban areas keep on spreading outward gradually. And when do they spread? When means of transport, communication that improves, they spread out. Some spread is a planned spread. And the spread which is unplanned is called urban sprawl. So urban sprawl is if this is the urban area, when it spreads outwards, that is called urban sprawl. In Europe, there was this idea of garden cities or the green belts, where they created trees around the city so that sprawl doesn't happen. Is everyone okay? So on the boundary of the city, what do? You create a green belt. Get that? But the problem is that the city has to grow. The city has to grow, yes or no? Because city is the place, it is the center of innovation. It has all the forces which are pulling in migrants and capital to the city. True or not? So how do we balance it, everyone? How do we balance it? That city will keep on growing. People moving to the city will keep on growing because cities are the growth engines. Cities provide the education, quality of life along with employment, as I said. So now tell me, is it possible that the city also does not grow, but it is able to connect to serve to many more people? Do we understand? If the city keeps on growing outward, it's a problem. City agar बढ़ती रहेगी तो problem है. True or not? Provide facilities everywhere uniformly. Sneha, provide facilities calls for money. You don't have all the money. You don't have all the money. So everywhere, think about India. Can it make every place a city? So is it desirable? This whole area is rural. क्या करें जल्दी बताओ. Quickly. How about creating a planned city away from the main city and giving it a very good 6-lane highway connectivity? How would that be? True. Ratnam, you don't know what is smart city. ठीक है? मेरा क्वेश्चन सुनो. एक सिटी है, there is a city. I want more and more people to be dependent on the city, but the city should not expand because city has got limited facilities in terms of housing, sanitation, water supply, electricity, and everything. Can I create another city which has got nothing, which is about residential only residential areas? वहां पे जाके रहिए. Yes or no? Minimum services, but रहने के लिए खूब जगह है. Better. Now this city in itself is of no power. City 1, this is the main city. This is city 1 and city 2. City 1, city 2 don't have any standing. In fact, people who work in main city, they have come to live over here. If the main city is not there, then these cities will also be of no use. Such cities are called. Did we understand what is a satellite town? Can I say satellite town is a way, is an instrument to help avoid, congestion, urban sprawl, uncontrolled, unsustainable urbanization. That's not the only thing. There are multiple ways in which we can do that. So what is happening is satellite town is a town where you've given facilities away from the city. So what is happening? Congestion is not happening. Can I say this is a way of decentralizing urbanization? When I saying stop overburdening the main city, yes, perfectly okay. But everyone, if I remove the satellite town, can the main city still survive? Yes or no? But if I remove the main city, can the satellite survive? No. So can I say it is the main city that governs the satellites? Perfectly okay, everyone. So this is what is the idea of satellite city. Somebody asked, but we will be talking about this in urban sprawl. आज बात नहीं कर रहा हूँ. यहाँ तक clear है सब लोग? Everyone okay? चलिए. So आज कुछ technical areas हैं. Today the class is going to talk about certain technical areas. I'm going to make it interesting. I'm going to make it applied. You keep participating as you do in all the classes. The more you participate, the more you'll enjoy. Get that? Okay, perfect. Metropolitan region. So we are going on this topic called metropolitan region. Okay. City region. Sphere of influence. Land. City region, sphere of influence, land, and also metropolitan region. Everyone, do you remember these terms? People who did paper one. People who did paper one, do you remember this? So what is this? What is this? So everyone, every city provides certain goods and services, or every settlement provides certain goods and services. City A and city B are there. Okay. So city A provides a school. Okay. So you are living in city B, and there is a good school in city A and city B. Which school would you prefer? So city B, because I live in city B. Can I say most of the population, 100% of the population of city B will be studying in this school only? True. But as I go away from city B, will some people be studying in city A also? Yes. As I move away further, yes. This is called distance decay law. City A, most students will study here. As I go away, is everyone okay? Do we get this? What is this? School. Someone at point C. Which school will he send? Will he send his kids? Someone at point C. So 50-50, it's the same. True or not? So your tendency is 50-50. Here the tendency is 0-100. 100-0. Is everyone okay? So this is called distance decay. As you go away from the city, what happens is people prefer to travel, and the distance decay will set in. The farther you are from the city, the less number of people would want to reach you. Is everyone okay? Now everyone, there is a car showroom. This is cool. Okay, that there is a car showroom. So you want to buy a Maruti car. So you are in B. Which city would you want? B only. You will buy in B. And as you go away, what will happen to Maruti car? Will it go down? True or not? There will be some people who would be willing to go to city A also to buy Maruti car. Why? Because maybe the dealer is known to them, maybe that dealer is giving better offers, or maybe the registration fee of that particular state is less. Possible. So a person is a rational economic man. So क्या कोशिश करेगा? वो अपना पैसा minimize करेगा. Is everyone okay? Same thing for this also. Car showroom. Maximum number of people would want to buy the car from A only if they live in A, but they would travel depending on the city. Is everyone okay? So the number of people willing to travel to B, is called the sphere of influence of B. Is everyone okay? Can I say everyone? This is the sphere of influence of city B. Do we get that? Can I say this is the sphere of influence of city A? Do you understand what do I mean by sphere of influence? Now, in geography, there are different terms for this. City regions, sphere of influence, umland region, metropolitan region. Is everyone okay? So I know many people joined me straight away from paper 2. Yes or no? This I got in paper 1. So how can it happen that you will miss it? I hope people who had done paper 1 with me, I'm repeating it, you are okay with the repetition also. No problem with that. Chalega? Because our topic is metropolitan region, so I'm sure that I have to tell my students who have joined me from paper 2 that they must know what is. And our topic is applying it on India, so I will show you. That is important. We should be able to see it in India. Is everyone okay with this? Point up to this. I'm here. Can I say sphere of influence can overlap? Can I say it can overlap? Can I say this is the zone of competition? Overlap हो सकता है? Can I say AC is zone of dominance? AC भी नहीं होना चाहिए. This should be AD and AE. Can I say AD is the zone of dominance of A, and BE is the zone of dominance of B? Is everyone okay? That you will find after E, nobody goes to A at all. EB walas are only there. There is a zone of overlap also. Can I say that? I can see that there is overlap also on either side. कुछ overlap भी करता है. True? Everyone with me? So there is a zone of dominance, there is a zone of overlap, and there is this urban sphere of influence. We also call it metropolitan region. How do we measure it? How do we measure it? How do we measure it? How do we draw the boundary? Delimitation. How is the delimitation done? This also I tell my students in paper 1. I tell them there are mathematical formula. So there are mathematical formula, quantitative methods, and there are some qualitative methods. Qualitative methods. Can anyone tell what if you remember? Sphere of influence. I can decide the sphere of influence of commodities. Okay. So one is, see, qualitative method is you identify some goods and services. One is city provides to hinterland and city avails from hinterland. What is hinterland? The rural area around it. Yes or no? Do you know city can have a city bus service? City bus service. Can I say city can provide a school? People who are not living in city, who are in the hinterland, they will also come to the school. Yes or no? Rural area में तो school आएंगे क्या नहीं? Will they come to the school? True. A city bus, city limits are over. Will it enter the rural area also and up to the bus stand? True or not? Achha, what does city get from the hinterland? Can I say daily supplies, milk? Possible? Can I say I get my vegetables from them? So everyone, how do I draw the boundary? How do I draw the boundary? So this is my city. City bus reaches up to these points. If I connect them, can I say everyone this is the city region based on what? Bus. Get that? Now city has a school. In the village, people who are enrolled in the school are these. Can I say this is the limit of the school going? Can I say this is the limit of the school? Is everyone with me? Are we clear? So what is the sphere of influence, everyone? What is the sphere of influence? On the screen, what is the sphere of influence? Can I say this is the sphere of influence? Outer one. I will take the out of everything. Can I say this red area is the sphere of influence? Based on what? What goods and services the city is providing. But remember, the rural area is also providing something. What is it? Well, milk and vegetable are coming from these points. If I connect them, these are the areas who are supplying milk and vegetables to the city. So is red the sphere of influence now? Everyone, is red the sphere of influence now? No, red cannot be the sphere of influence because people who are supplying, they are also connected. So can I say I need to draw a new sphere of influence? Can I say the black line which contains everything, that is the sphere of influence? Is everyone okay? Did we understand sphere of influence? It can be done by this also. It can be done by this also. Everyone okay? So can I even say factory workers? Here I took school students. Can I say factory workers moving over there? Yes. Many things I can do. Many things I can do. So the more number of goods and services I do, that this is it. So everyone, this is what I have taught my students in paper 1. Is everyone okay with the word city region, metropolitan region? समझ में आ गया? बहुत अच्छा, एक और चीज आपको बताना चाहता हूँ, मेट्रोपॉलिटन रीजन क्या होता है? So there is the center of the city, which has got many buildings, factories, yes, offices, everything is there. Then there are transport arteries connected to that, and there can be residential areas. There can be more offices. Can there be more offices? Can there be some go downs? Yes. Can there be some houses? Can I say this whole thing is the city area? The central one, whatever is in the center, what do we call it, everyone? Center जो होता है उसको क्या कहते हैं? This is called CBD, Central Business District. Do you understand CBD? So a city will have central business district. This can be the main CBD. There can be a secondary CBD also. Everyone in your city, say for example, Delhi has one center which is called the Nehru Place, Connaught Place. Yes. Another center can be towards Connaught Place is one. Other can be Nehru Place. Other can be like South Delhi can be a center. There are multiple centers. Yes. East Delhi also has a center. So does your city also have many centers, many business centers where government offices are there, or is it all at one place? Some cities, smaller cities may have only one CBD, government offices generally concentrated. Yes. Some cities may have, Sachivalaya udhar and everything is there. Rather saying only one CBD, perfectly okay. But can bigger cities have more CBDs? Can I say at times even airport becomes an important area of a city? Everyone, whatever I'm talking about, when I'm talking about sphere of influence, can I say it is city in region? And when I'm talking about something inside the city, city as a region. Is everyone okay? So now I'm talking about metropolitan region. This is the outer limit is called the city region. That's the boundary, and this whole area is called the metropolitan region. So what is this? This is the metropolitan region, city region. City region has got what? CBD. It has got infrastructure. It has got built-up areas. It has got green spaces. It has got water bodies. Everything is there. Is everyone okay with the word metropolitan region or city region? Are you okay with that? Get that? Now I have to find out. My syllabus says, tell me something about metropolitan regions of India. Get that? Now, this can be read in multiple ways. I would like to read it. I would like to read it as a student of geography in a spatial sense. I would like to see various metropolitan regions which have been created in India. So, do you know of some metropolitan regions in India? Everyone, do you know of some metropolitan regions in India? Can you give me some names, examples? Mumbai, okay. Mumbai, Delhi. Delhi has a sphere of influence, perfect. Noida is a satellite to Delhi. Chennai, Kolkata. Mumbai, Chennai, Kolkata. Some people are talking about some other town, Bangalore. Bangalore has a CBD. Yes. Ahmedabad has CBD. Okay. So Lucknow, sir. So Delhi, Mumbai, Kolkata, Chennai, and Hyderabad. Okay, perfect. Omkar says Nagpur, Bangalore. Perfect. Ratnam says Allahabad and puts a question mark. Vishwas nahi ho raha hai ya nahi? True or not? Jamshedpur. So everyone, I have a request. I told in the last class also there are 53 million plus cities. एक बार census देखिए. Everyone homework. Census से urban data देखना है. Can we do that and compile it? 53 million plus cities are there. Which are the cities? How much urban slums are there? Which state has more urban areas? चलेगा? थोड़ा सा time दोगे? Your understanding and holding. Yes, 2011, 2021 तो हुआ नहीं ना? But you will get those categories. Though I have put in my slides also, but it seems like the way you are answering, it seems that you have not seen that. So I'm giving you that homework. So your homework is census 2011 urban data. Urban data means I'm telling you what is there, how much urbanized we are, what states are more urbanized. Try to make a map also. Yes. What are the definitions in the census? Census will have certain definitions also, which I have also shared, but I would want you to have a look at it. Then what are these town 1, town 2 classifications, and how many towns fall in this? Yes. How many million plus cities are there? Is your city a million plus city? Is your city a million plus city? Arif is saying Kulnar also has it. Yes, Arif, good that you are reading Kulnar. Whatever I'm saying, it is there in the sense. Kulnar bhi to abhi likhenge na 2011 census, so Kulnar se bhi utha sakte. Idea is if you don't read it, then when I talk about it, your connect will be a little less. So that's why I'm giving you this one. Is everyone okay? So when I asked you, Ratnam is saying in Kullar, Allahabad was there on the map. So Ratnam is very proud. Kullar mein map. अरे भाई 2011 का census देखो इसीलिए कह रहा हूँ. Everyone, Kullar को छोड़ो. 53. Once glance through those 53 million plus cities and try to make a map. Map पे देखो how many cities can you identify? Okay, that 53 million plus cities. I want that to happen. Okay, everyone, pay attention. So when I asked you which metropolitan regions do you know, so everybody said Delhi, Mumbai, Kolkata, Chennai. Yes or no? After that, some people started including Bangalore, Indore, Nagpur, and other things. Yes. Why did it happen? Because that is the nature of metropolization in India. Whatever you said is correct. That is the nature of metropolization in India. So in India, the metropolises were created first by the Britishers, and these were these 4 towns, which became cities, which later on became metropolitan cities, and then finally 3 of them became mega cities. So town to city, city to metro city to mega city. You know the difference now, everyone? So can I say whenever we talk about urbanization in India, these are the 4 ones. Can I say these are the 4 primary metropolitan regions of India? It is because of Delhi. It is because of Delhi that people were migrating to Delhi and they found Delhi being very congested. So areas around Delhi also started urbanizing, and towns like Ghaziabad, Meerut, Faridabad, Gurgaon, Noida, they were also created. True or not? Can I say that these 4 metropolitan regions became the seed for further metropolization in India? Is everyone okay? So this is a trend, because I have to look at geography in this. So metropolitan region is something which an economist also studies. Urban geographers have to study it in a spatial sense. So can I say the urban story in India starts from 4 metropolises which have been created over a period of time. They are unplanned. They are generally created from the colonial times, and more people migrated. Is everyone okay? So 4 okay. Is everyone okay? 4. Then do you remember second 5-year plan? Government decided to create some cities, Rourkela, Bokaro, as growth centers. Can that be second level of metropolitan regions in India? True. So industrial towns have become metropolitan regions in India. Third, 1956, State Reorganization Commission created new states. Yes. They're saying islands of development, you said only remained as functional city. I'm not bothered about them. What did they do? But did they create a metropolitan region or not? Did they create a sphere of influence or not? That is what I'm saying. That is what my intention is. So I'm saying I'm looking at metropolization of India, where all metropolitan regions were created. First is by default the historical four cities or four towns, which turned into cities and metro cities, metropolitan regions. Second is in their vicinity, more and more started coming out. Third is government decided to, for balanced regional development, areas where there was no metropolises, government ne plant kar diya. Yes. And the third thing, or fourth thing, which I'm saying is State Reorganization Commission created new states, and all states had their capital. So will that capital become a metropolitan region by law? Banega ya nahi banega? Remember, it will be a statutory town. It will not be a census town. True. So somebody has to think of metropolitan regions in India. Four to begin with, their outgrowths all around them. Second, third is government putting for balanced regional development. Fourth is states being created. State capitals are there. Fifth, if I'm looking at some port-led development, can I say that? Port-led development. So that's also there. And after that, can I say the state capitals? State capitals became the centers where new metropolises started coming around them. Everyone okay? So much so that today we have 53 million plus cities. Yes. But one thing is there. If you look at class 1, class 2, class 3, class 4, class 5, we realize that in India, metropolitan regions will only be associated with class 1 and above. Yes or no? In fact, class 1 city is 1 lakh only. Metropolitan is 10 lakh. True. Metropolitan is 1 million. So there are 53 million plus cities that we have, and mega are 3. Is everyone okay? This I have already talked of in the previous class. So I'm taking the liberty. I have also dictated that. So I'm taking the liberty of talking you into it. And I will be showing you on the slides also. And we have to draw a map also. Okay. Try करें एक map बनाना. Show me the metropolitan regions of India if we make a map. Quickly make a map of India. So I'm sure first one would be Delhi, Kolkata, Mumbai, Chennai. I'm sure you would want to keep Bangalore, you will want to keep Hyderabad, you would like to keep Bhopal. Yes. Gwalior, Indore. I'm sure you would want to keep Jaipur. You would want to keep Ahmedabad. You will want to keep Vadodara, Mumbai, Pune, Nasik, Nagpur. True or not? Surat bhi aayega, theek hai. Sir, Mangalore, Hyderabad is there. Tiruvananthapuram is there. Kochi is there. Yes or no? Vishakhapatnam is there. Everyone with me? Delhi, Agra, Lucknow, Allahabad, Patna. Would you want to keep that? State capitals, Bhubaneswar. State capitals, Raipur. Yes, Bhopal is there. We are looking at state capitals. Will they come or not? Goa, Delhi is there. Ranchi should come. Yes. So, बताइए everyone who has at least looked at the list, will he be confident or not? Now here, Ratnam is saying, sir, Allahabad udhar diya hua tha. अरे भाई बड़े towns की बात हो रही in terms of population. Will it come or not? So Raipur will come. This will come, and cities. What is this? Coimbatore will come. Industrial city will come or not? Industrial cities have also come. Jamshedpur bhi aayega. Madurai will come. True, everyone. But I want to tell you, as a geographer, I would want to put a bigger circle on this. Because these are really mega cities. यहाँ छोटा हो जाएगा. Somebody said Dehradun ले लो, इधर चंडीगढ़ भी आ जाएगा. I'm saying the cities will be there. That is why everyone, people who are worried, does it make sense to look at 53 million plus cities list? Make sense, the homework which I'm giving you? The simple question is, metropolitan regions in India, you've understood what is metropolitan region, a region which has a built-up area and a sphere of influence, and sphere of influence is some services which the center gives to the periphery, some services which the center awaits from the periphery, all those things are there. You know? But that is what? Now, if syllabus gives me metropolitan region, I tell you this, my job is over. Bye-bye, dear students, I told you. No, I have to talk about where also. So where you make the map also chalega. From the census, we will add it. Metropolitan regions are more than 1 million, no? So there are 53 million plus cities. That is also done. No, why and how they were created? Oh, this calls for discussion. This really calls for discussion. And as geography, do they have their boundaries? Boundary delineation should be there. True or not? Are these amazing areas, are all of them comparable or big or small? Well, there is hierarchy and there are many issues related to them. True or not? Should we be solving them? Yes, one of the SDGs, remember, is about sustainable urbanization. So this is a bigger issue. This issue should involve that discussion on urbanization in India, problems and solutions. Remember the last topic? Sari problem to yahi par hai. What about smaller towns? The problem with India is that class 2, class 3, class 4, class 5, class 6, they don't have urban population. So problem kiski ho rahi hai? Class 1 and above. Metro and mega. Is everyone okay? The simple thing is, if we understand the topic, everyone who's listening to me, if I give you some questions on this, can you now generally write or not? So everyone, please try and understand. Let me take you back to your school days once again, which I often take you. Whichever thing you had concept clarity on, you were always confident with the school. And whichever areas you were cutting corners and you did not have confidence, concept clarity, it was always a problem or not. And why we were not developing concept clarity, at times we were lazy. I have friends, good time. Sometimes, it had involved, certain things, my interest, that area was never my interest. I felt psychologically it's my weakness. And in third case, my teacher. Sometimes the teachers were very favorable. Sometimes the teachers were like, yeah, with this teacher, I've lost interest in this subject. Possible. Which is very, very normal. At times the teachers are very mechanical with their approach, not criticizing anyone, but that's their understanding of education. Yes. So that's what we are talking about. So good, bad, ugly, we have learned a lot. So wherever we were confident. So I want all my students, when it comes to geography, the moment they look at the syllabus, they are confident that I can create something. So let me tell you what it means. City region concept. Remember city region? I just told you it's a synonym for that. Is an ideal framework of regionalization of a country. Can the country be regionalized into city regions? Into a set of hierarchical territorial divisions? Can I say big circles of Delhi? Jaipur का क्या होगा? Agra का क्या होगा? छोटा circle होने वाला है. Yes, Bangalore का intermediate circle हो जाएगा. Can I divide my country into big circles, small circles? True or not? Can I say, so sphere of influence is a framework of regionalization of a country. But it is difficult to identify the hierarchical level in urban place if we look at which one is class 1, class 2, class 3. So I think it is less difficult only for 1 lakh plus city and million plus city. Itna to kar sakte hain. Can I show million plus city on this and lakh plus cities? If I have to show, if I'm a cartographer, can I show? So these are the metropolitan regions. They are in a way, the term used is called, what do we call that term? We call it the sphere of influence or city regions. They have their built up areas and everything. So let me first give you the trends. Whatever is in the red is the trend. India has had 4 primary metropolitan cities: Calcutta, Bombay, Madras. I'm using the names of the past. Have dominated Indian organization since the 19th century. And Delhi Darbar, if you remember, Delhi was the national capital. 1911 mein shift kar diya, so Delhi joined the party. But after independence, the dominance of primary metropolitan cities have been successfully challenged by newer ones, and they are more rapidly growing. The newer emerged metropolitan cities with a sound industrial base have grown at a much faster pace than the older one. Think about Kolkata. Compare Kolkata, the growth of Kolkata with probably Rourkela and Jamshedpur. Jamshedpur is growing faster or not? True or not? We're looking at Ahmedabad, Surat, Vadodara. They're growing faster or not? So what has happened is that these new ones, they had better industrial base and they are also growing faster. The result has been, we are here more rapidly growing. So such as Jaipur. So can I call them as secondary metropolitan areas? Everyone, are we okay with primary and secondary? So we have 4 primary and we have newer secondary ones. How were they created? I told you, government deciding it, or state reorganization committee, state capitals coming in, or ports getting developed. Even if you remember some cantonments, can I say some cantonments also acted as a seed and people joined in? True or not? Kanpur, Harsh, I would say, is more of an industrial base. Kanpur, because of the cotton textile industry, was more set as this thing. जम्मू को आप डिफेंस टाउन समझते हैं, उससे ज्यादा पठानकोट है. You think Jammu was created as a cantonment? Pathankot is more on that. True. So think about it. You may not know about India. मैंने कहा ना, many things will be there. Gwalior, Agra, मैं तो बोलूँगा देहरादून में भी IMA खुला कि नहीं? Dehradun has got so many institutions when we are talking about Indian Military Academy, and there also the cantonment is big. ऐसी जगह पर हो सकता है, military headquarters of war. Yes, when we are talking Madhya Pradesh, more, that's there. Jodhpur, I can understand, big cantonments we are talking about. So that's what there. Some of you may have defense background, you would know which are the big cantonments when we are talking about. But other people ऐसे हवा में guess मार रहे हैं कुछ भी. So know your cities. This is good opportunity to know your country, and I think Indian geography makes us very, very aware of the geography of India. चलिए, ठीक है. तो newer cities are there, and I also believe that these are not just cities; they decide the pattern of Indian economy. Yes, sir. Mumbai is big in Indian economy. Delhi is big in Indian economy. True or not? Their contributions are big. So industrial drivers, they are the drivers of economy also. So it is not just see, everyone can see the difference. And I was teaching you all this. This was very theoretical. Acha, ye hota hai, aise boundary hoti hai, this is the sphere of influence and all that. And suddenly when I'm talking about India, and I'm saying that these are the drivers, 4 of them, and then others came. This theory now put to practice is very different or not. And I also believe the metropolitan regions of New York, Washington, and Apne wale, they are no match. True or not? True or not, everyone? So that's also a very, very big challenge which we are talking about. Anyways, the trends continue. 4 metropolitan cities between them account for 80% of the richest people in the nation. Yes or no? Most of the rich people. So can I say capital comes to these 4? They are the greatest volume of traffic in terms of goods and people. So in migration also, trade and migration. Is that also true? The major trend in metropolitan region development is the tendency of secondary one developing within the 4 primary metropolitan regions of India. There are 4 metropolitan regions. Can I say they have their associated outgrowths? They have their associated outgrowths. Everyone okay? So what are these 4 primary metropolitan regions? Let me not just talk about them as cities. Let me not just talk about them as cities. Can I say they are beyond the cities? Yes or no? So they have their huge sphere of influence. Can I say Delhi's sphere of influence is felt in Jammu and Kashmir and Ladakh also? True or not? So वहां से horticulture product are they coming? Delhi is the market or not? Delhi is the market. Is Delhi also a very big export hub? True or not? Is Bombay a very big hub for that entire Karnataka Maharashtra belt? नहीं यार, they are not growth pole. अब पोल की बात नहीं, metropolitan region की बात हो रही है, sphere of influence की बात हो रही है. Think about a sphere of influence. Do we get that? Apart from that, secondary ones, they seem to owe their origin to the form of linguistic states. The process is likely to accelerate in future and more secondary metropolitan centers will come. True or not? But no matter what the secondary centers are, 4 of them are always preeminent, primary, important or not. You also use that idea. Everyone, can we see them? Agar mujhe map banana ho. Now, instead of getting caught in that, circles, everyone, did you see that I can make the golden quadrilateral first? A smart student will first make the golden quadrilateral. Okay. So if you are looking at the level of urbanization and metropolises, so that can be there. Then we have along the east-west corridor also, we have these towns coming. So Ahmedabad will come. We will keep on joining them. And can you see this is mostly empty? Here also very limited. True. And can I say this whole area is somewhere influence of Delhi? This whole area is under the influence of this. Big influences or not? And the state capitals are also there. So if you want to draw a map, you can draw a map like this also. You can use the railways also, roadways also, north-south corridor. True. And can I say towns are developing along this line? Can you see this? Are they developing along this line? Can I say coastal cities, they are developing like this? Can I say big clusters are there? Can I say around this Gujarat cluster is there? This Maharashtra, Bombay, Pune, Nasik, Thane cluster is there. This big clustering is there. Everyone, are we getting that? So if we are talking about 1, 2, 3, and 4. After that, the state capitals. Can I say roads, transport also helped in that? Can I say state reorganization? So capitals were created. Can I say transport arteries? Can I say in Kerala, port facilities? Can I say that? Can I say that planned towns under FYP for balanced regional development? Everyone okay? So metro policies in India 2011. I said I don't give you homework. I don't give you homework because I don't have to do it. I do it myself. But when you do it, you start making your map, you will see this thing going in your mind and becoming yours. That is more important. Everyone okay? Now comes the delimitation. Delimitation कैसे करेंगे? Remember, delimitation is a problem. So people have tried to delimitation air travel. Oh my God! Moment you say air travel from Delhi, it will be national also. It will be international also. Yes or no? I'm sure there are many. Remember, 80% of the rich people of India live in these cities. I'm sure कल बहुत से लोग दुबई गए हुए थे. 80% rich. दुबई गए थे कि नहीं कल मैच देखने? True. So very difficult to put a boundary of Delhi. मुंबई से भी गए होंगे. Rich people would have gone. Yes. तो तुमने कई celebrities देखे होंगे, कई industrialist family देखे होंगे. Railway passengers. Railway also goes far and wide. Delhi से तो all Rajdhani trains. All Rajdhani trains are going. Delhi must be having a huge region. Long distance phone call. ये पुराना हुआ करता था. पहले we used to have STD calls and ISD calls. I don't know how many of you remember those days. How far the phone calls are going. Abhi to with the coming of internet, WhatsApp, you don't even know what we're talking about, yes or no? And then Elon Musk is taking you to Mars, and as I told you someday, one of my friends is developing that 5G network for moon. Yes, so long distance. Maybe Delhi's sphere of influence will reach the moon. I'm sure फिर moon पे जाके छोले भटूरे खाए जाएंगे. So anyways, I said right in the beginning that delimitation is a problem. Very difficult to draw the boundary. So a boundary that will be acceptable to you and me based on transport and trade. Often transport and trade. Can I say Delhi metropolitan region will include Jammu and Kashmir? Metropolitan region is sphere of influence based on transport and trade. Based on transport. Himachal Pradesh, पूरा मंडी में सब्जी आएगा कि नहीं इधर से? पंजाब, हरियाणा, राजस्थान, Western UP, and many parts of Madhya Pradesh. Is it okay to say that Delhi metropolitan region serves this? Yes. Because of these cities, because of these secondary metropolitan regions have been created in Madhya Pradesh and Western Uttar Pradesh. Do we agree? Agra, Meerut, Ghaziabad, Muradabad. Can I say that? Rajasthan also. We are looking at Jaipur, Ajmer. True. Haryana, Rohtak, Rewari, Bhiwadi, Faridabad, Gurgaon, Punjab, the towns of Punjab in this region. True or not? Everyone okay? So I'm sure Delhi metropolitan region, the core of it is not Bihar. Core of it is not Bihar. Secondary part is Bihar. So Bihar will lie in the core of which metropolitan region? Which metropolitan region? Bihar and Odisha will lie in the metropolitan region of Kolkata. And Kolkata will also serve all the northeastern states and Sikkim. True or not? And Kolkata will also serve eastern UP and eastern Madhya Pradesh up to Raipur and Bilaspur, including Chhattisgarh. Chhattisgarh, Jharkhand के part भी use करेगा. Everyone okay? I hope you can understand that I'm talking about not just the metropolitan city. I am talking about the metropolitan region. 4 clusters will have that, and within these clusters will lie the 53 million plus cities or not? Within these 4 clusters, will we have those 53 million plus cities or not? Mumbai में कौन सा आएगा? Mumbai में आ गया महाराष्ट्र, Gujarat, Goa. Daman and Diu will also come. Can I say southern southwest part of Madhya Pradesh? City of Indore and Malwa region. True. Indore will come, Malwa region will come. I would say Malwa region can be a little divided. Not necessarily Mumbai only. It can go towards the north also, Delhi also. True. I also believe that some parts of western Chhattisgarh, which are touching Maharashtra, that can also be there. But then they are not urban. Remember, southern part of Chhattisgarh, is it urban? It has to be urban also. So that is not urbanized. Remember, that is the Naxal corridor, the Bastar plateau. Everyone okay? And remember the breakthrough exercise. If you've done the breakthrough exercise with me, can you visualize what I'm saying right now? Chennai में क्या होगा? जल्दी से, if you have to not look at the screen and guess, what will be at Chennai quickly? Southern states, Tamil Nadu, Kerala, Andhra Pradesh, Karnataka, southern parts of Odisha, Madhya Pradesh, Vizag, Jagdalpur railway line. So everyone, are we clear about the metropolitan regions of India? Clear? Can you play with it? And today I have a special class on industry also. Special class on industry, so I'll be talking about the town names. Now, does this layer of information which I've added to your understanding, can you in your brainstorming now think of urbanization also? Get that? Are our metropolitan easy areas to live or difficult areas to live? Easy areas to live or difficult areas to live? Metropolitan region. Why difficult? If you're calling it difficult, why are they difficult areas to live? Easy areas to live. Difficult or easy? So easy in terms of accessibility. Okay, I think the transport connectivity is becoming better, but when you reach these areas, very congested. Yes, very polluted. Very polluted. Easy to live in terms of amenities and all. Oh yes, when we are looking at power supply, water supply, big difference, but not good for health. Okay, which health? Physical health or mental health? Cost of living is very high. Ecological cost is very high. Okay, perfect. How about everyone? How about this other part of it? The safety and security. Old people, women, children, destitutes, a lot of crime happening over there. Yes or no? Are all these metropolitan regions well governed? Are all cities well governed? The police, the traffic police, yes, the administration, the people who issue certificates, the place where you go and pay your bills, are they easy? But can I say some cities have better systems, some cities have poor systems? Yes or no? Is there illegal encroachment of land happening? Yesterday we had a very big event happening in my area in Delhi NCR, that super tech building which was brought down. Yes or no? सब जगह टीवी में वही दिखा रहे थे कि बिल्डिंग ऐसे गिरा नोएडा में. So when it was 2:30, I was standing on my balcony and we were looking at it, and it just went down in front of us, the Twin Tower. I was wondering, okay, these are the buildings, and when we saw them, they just went down like this. Yes, and they say that they had put explosives in such a way that the building will fall exactly vertically down. This is implode like it. Yes or no, everyone? So if this was not planned, can I say this was a planned demolition? Everyone? Do you agree that this was a planned demolition? And the company had 100 crore rupees insurance, because shocks are there if the adjoining buildings are impacted by it. There are many buildings in the vicinity, no? That all will be taken care of. True. And when it went, suddenly we saw, like sab jagah kya ho gaya? It was all covered in smoke, dust. Not smoke, it was mostly dust. I saw it was. And immediately after that, they started, putting water on it, everything. Perfect. So if it was not done this way, then what would have happened? Anyone? If this was not done in this planned way, and if this building was destroyed in the old way, what would have happened? It would have taken time. It would have disturbed the nearby things. Many accidents would have happened. Collateral damage possible. Everyone with me on this? So if I put a bomb on this floor, if I put a bomb on the third floor from the top, will the whole building collide, or will the whole building come down? If I put a bomb here, जैसे वो अभी दशहरा पे रावण में डालेंगे ना, दशहरा पे रावण में, when the bombs are there, remember they are not properly done. The Ravan does not explode properly. उस बेचारे का हाथ सही रह जाएगा and all those things. Have you seen that? I don't know how many of you have seen that दशहरा thing. Everyone, I don't know what makes me wonder so many times. People may call it, conspiracy theory, that an aeroplane comes and hits the Twin Tower in USA 9/11, and the towers come down like this. Just an aeroplane. And because of this, the whole world's geopolitics changed. They were able to attack Afghanistan. They were able to create an international coalition against terrorism. They were able to get the sympathy of everyone. Yes, no tolerance to terrorism and all that. That was long, long ago. An aeroplane comes and a building goes down the way our building went down. I'm surprised. And the whole world changed after 9/11. All security protocols, they were able to spread the fear in the minds of everyone. Now we will check everyone, this rule, that rule. All countries also collaborate and either crack down on this, crack down on that. All democracy goes for a toss. An aeroplane can come and without any investment. And I don't know if this was a conspiracy. I don't know if it was a conspiracy. The number of deaths. Can someone be so cruel? I don't know. Urban areas. Urban administration, urban governance, providing goods. What do we get? Raw material. We get water supply. We get fresh fruits and vegetable supply. We get services. What services we get in an urban area? Traffic management. Yes or no? Traffic management, housing, sanitation, law and order, health care. It's a बहुत बड़ा काम है यार. Metropolitan regions have to do a lot. Think about it. To run a city, we need all this. And I've not written many services. There are many more services. IT-enabled services. So many IT-enabled services. And even a demolition service. Can I say this was a service? This is also service. Education, healthcare. Yes. Government policies. Yes. Public distribution system. Disaster management. Awareness amongst the people. True or not? So running a city is no easy. Running a city is no easy. And do you realize? I don't know how many of you realize that. Many people don't want to pay taxes, want to evade taxes. Why should I, park my car at a parking? इधर पेड़ के नीचे लगा देता हूँ, क्या दिक्कत? True. City has to give you all these services. They don't come free. They don't come free. So I'm in a city. I want a traffic policeman. Who will pay for it? Who will pay for it? I want someone to keep the city clean, sanitation. My city does not look dirty. Somebody is working for it. Yes or no? And if your city is still looking dirty, then it's a problem. Somebody is not working for it. Yes or no? So who's working for it? Maybe a metropolitan body. Metropolitan government is there. Okay. Let me take you to a little bit of constitution. We have a center. We have a state or provincial government. Do we have any third tier? Do we have any third tier? What is that? What is the third tier? Local self-government. Yes or no? And that can be both rural and urban. Rural is Panchayati Raj. Urban can it be municipal bodies? Do you understand? Does it connect what I'm talking to you? Metropolitan region is not just an area of buildings. It is an area of metropolitan governance also, and that is a big challenge. Remember, I told you, in India, more than 50% of the towns under the census do not have a center plan, do not have a town plan. Town plan नहीं है, metropolitan government नहीं है. Big challenge. And why not? Because we are all becoming census town. हम तो population बढ़ता जा रहा है ना बस. Do you understand the problem? Everyone, are you with me? चलिए. Let us try and understand this also. The large metropolitan cities present a depressing picture today. I hope you are okay with the word depressing. ऐसे गुस्सा नहीं करोगे. ऐसे आपने depressing कह दिया. The growth of metropolitan city in India has been haphazard and largely unplanned. Due to uncontrolled urbanization, environmental degradation has happened. True or not? And causing shortage of housing, घर नहीं मिलते. Worsening water crisis, quality, air pollution, noise pollution, dust, heat, slums, and the problems of disposal of solid waste. Everyone, I don't know whether you realize or not, in my syllabus I have problems of urbanization. Do you get to that? So in all my lectures, everything will be bringing you to that. Are these real problems in your cities or not? Everyone, you are 20 plus years. Have you seen your city changing? And do you know now, as a student, that actually your city has changed, not by someone guiding it into that change. It has changed just because it was happening. Some place, if you remember in childhood, there were some small shacks, okay, samosa bech raha hai and all those things, they will come as small roadside shops, and then they were regularized. Yes, you love those places. You've been there, but there is no sanitation. There were no licenses. Only police had allowed them to stay over there. They have encroached upon that. True or not? Has it happened or not? Government has regularized it. Some roads are like that. Cars cannot enter in that area because it's very, very narrow. Only on the bike you can serve it. True. आपको लगा वो urban हो रहा है. Your memories are attached to that. Can I say it is haphazard urbanization? And can you see foolishly how high the cost of land and houses has gone? घर मिलता है करोड़ों का. Has the salary gone into crores? कैसे मिलेगा यार? सपनों का घर कैसे बनाएंगे? Big problem. सर कोई बात नहीं, करोड़ कमाएंगे. अभी तो गवर्नमेंट देने रही आईएएस को. सर लेकिन हम तो कमाएंगे ना सर आईएएस बनने के बाद. कैसे कमाओगे? वैसे तो नहीं कमाओगे. वैसे मत कमाना. Because that's a sad thing. We're selling our country if you do that. स्नेहा बोल रही EMI पे. स्नेहा EMI बहुत खून पीती है. Yes or no? Metropolitan planning of in India still has to face a fluid condition. The mega cities normally attract people from both rural and urban area, not only within the country but also abroad. बाहर से भी तो आते हैं. Remember? सर हमारे यहाँ कौन आ रहा है? अफ्रीका से. रमेश बोला नहीं सर ईमानदारी से काम करें. बिल्कुल रमेश. And I also believe that it is unfortunately all these property rates which have been escalated and all. There is a big role of black money in this. There's a lot of corrupt money in this. Because people who are honest, जितना उनका means है, उसमें घर I think should come at affordable price. That is one thing. Second thing is also I think population is huge. वो जो हो गया ना top heavy urbanization. Why should everyone go to only Delhi and Mumbai? कहीं और चले जाओ यार. Sir, but job नहीं है. Providing employment. ये भी तो करना पड़ेगा. Both formal and informal sector. Everyone, I also want to tell you, be smart in that. If you want to, बहुत अच्छा question है UPSC में, सोचिएगा उसको. Everyone, if you want to solve these problems, you focus only on city or metropolitan region, problems will not solve. You have to think city in region, not city as region. I hope you understand what is the meaning of city in region. If you want the solution to happen, you have to go for a regional planning based on area-wise planning, where balance between rural and urban has to be there. A question came, smart cities are not possible until and unless India has smart villages. Do you agree? Do you agree or not? Smart cities are not possible if we don't have smart villages. Sustainable cities are not possible if our villages are not sustainable. Because if everyone is running away from the village, then what will happen? There is a problem. Yes or no? So villages or even small city, like 2, 3, 4, type 3, type 4, type 5, all those settlements have to be sustainable. Is everyone okay? So right now, whichever city you have been living, you love that city and you would never want to leave that city. But I want to tell you, nobody is planning for your city. Number one, if there is a plan, it is not being executed. People are just going there randomly. It is just growing randomly. And the sad part is, if you want to rectify your city and you do not look at the area around it, area specific planning is not there, city problem will be there. Do we get without brainstorming what are the problem? Environmental degradation. Somebody said urban heat island. Can I say urban heat island is included in that? More greenhouse gas emissions. Yes. In winters, remember the pollution level that goes into North Indian cities, North Indian industrial cities, be it Delhi or Kanpur. Delhi, Kanpur, or कहीं पर भी चले जाओ, इस पूरे के पूरे belt में, that is going to be there. Housing is a problem. Housing, worsening water quality. मतलब, I don't know. I used to drink a lot of municipal water without purifying. Municipality का पानी, I think till my college days I've had it normally. Whatever was the supply of municipal water. Now the municipal water itself needs cleaning, otherwise it's a problem. True or not? And per capita water availability has also gone down if you remember the water resources. I don't know. You would have faced it in your school also, and in where places of play areas. So in the community parks, as a kid, when I was probably 8 or 9 years, if there was a pipe for like gardening in that park, we would use that pipe and drink the water also. But today, that pipe which is used in the gardens, that water is generally the untreated water, and this is the sewage waste. If not sewage waste, it is the grey water at times. अब उसको पी लिया तो खतरा है. Big problem. People used to drink water from the river also. तो सुना है आपने? फिल्मों में पीते हैं ऐसे, पानी पी लिया, अब पता नहीं क्या क्या पी रहा है. उतना शराब में नशा नहीं जितना उस पानी में. यस, रंग शरबतों का, किस किस का शरबत कौन कौन से रंग का मिला है. That will happen. True or not? River water drinking. Okay, so balance. Do you understand? So metropolitan planning is not just about metropolitan region, city as region, and a very big problem has come on this post. And I am marking this. Everyone, please get that. All these points are questions in exam. True or not? Environmental degradation in cities. Yes. Providing basic amenities in the cities. Roti kapda makan. True. Pollution in cities. Slums in cities. Waste disposal of cities. सब पे question आया. All of them question has been coming. Everyone important. Think about them. Metropolitan region governance. So any urban area becomes metropolitan when it becomes heavily populated. Remember how much is the cutoff when we are looking at 1 million plus. And its central and outlying area develops a high degree of economic and social interaction. So it interacts with its hinterland also. The planning and development of such an area needs the establishment of a metropolitan government. I told you, what is metropolitan government? It is a regional government which is in between national and local. Do you get that? So there is the state level and the local level. उसी के बीच में कुछ metropolitan region comes into that. So local self-government, उसी में some part is metropolitan region. Do we get that? This region may extend over several political jurisdictions. Say, for example, when we are talking about Delhi, have you seen Delhi comes under the jurisdiction of LG also, center also, and chief minister also. LG versus chief minister. Have you seen a lot of conflict happening? Yes, there is MCD. Municipal Corporation of Delhi is also there. There is DDA, Delhi Development Authority is also there. Then Arvind Kejriwal government is also there. LG ka office bhi hai. That's not easy. And if you really want Delhi's problem to go beyond, so is it only connected to Delhi? Delhi, Haryana, true or not? Delhi, Haryana, UP, are they all connected or not? Even MP. So what we are looking at is that all this has to be looked at. The person who's looking at the capital region must have a vision, must have an imagination, and there should be a smooth and active collaboration. Do we have a smooth and active collaboration? I think हिंदू में तो वही फोटो आ रही थी कि मिशन लोटस होने वाला था, मैंने बचा लिया. True or not? Lieutenant Governor is LG is fighting with the Chief Minister. Chief Minister is saying, like you are doing that. Chief Minister says the Delhi police is not under me. Delhi police is under the center, and all those things are happening. Yes or no? Then the farmers are protesting in Delhi. Center government is not supporting that, but the state government says, "हाँ इनका हक है." Big problems, big contradictions. I hope you can understand. So metropolitan governance has its challenge. First of all, it is related to the outside region also, and then that's there. So these are the real problems which I'm talking about. You need to bring them in the answer. For people who are beginners who don't know much about cities, most of the cities in all states, public sector owns most of the land. Most of the land किसका होता है? सरकार का होता है. It is often monopoly provider of water supply, sewerage, electricity. ये connection लेने पड़ते हैं government से. Do you have to take all these connections? So who takes care of that? Who is the authority? So municipalities, municipal corporations, improvement trust, town planning trust, urban development authority. These are the 5 types of development authorities. Say for example, I live in a place called Noida. Noida stands for New Okla Industrial Development Authority. So who is managing me? My urban affairs, Industrial Development Authority. Get that? So if I want all those things, all the services, either authority will give me, because all the land belongs to authority. So if I have to do the registry of my house, where will I go? I'll go to the authority. Otherwise, there can be special agencies which are dealing separately with water supply and sewerage board. Possible? Have you heard of that? So in your state, it will be different. In your city, it will be different. Yes or no? Have you heard of Jal board in Delhi? So वो जल का देखता है, पानी का वो देखने वाला है. So all those things are there. Some of the development bodies perform a single function. So someone is looking only at water supply, someone is looking at sewerage, but some of them are looking at overall development function. Say, for example, Noida Authority will be looking at overall function on that. But if you are looking at the water department, public works, they would be looking at that. And some of them are looking at day-to-day necessities also. Get that? What are day-to-day necessities? Everyone. Some authority, everyone, some authority would be supervising this demolition which happened, yes or no? Will the authority be there or not? Day-to-day. If some crime is happening, day-to-day they are looking at that or not? Traffic management, somebody is looking at that or not? So think about it. Monitoring or metropolitan region have to be planned, and there are 5 types of planning agencies in this: municipality or municipal corporation, Improvement Trust, Town Planning Trust, Urban Development Authority. Your homework, find out in your city what is governing in your city. Who is governing the overall function? Do you have separate function for water and sewerage? करेंगे अपनी सिटी के लिए करना है सर. इससे क्या फायदा होगा? वैसे भी तुम आईएएस बनोगे तो तुम ही इसका हेड करोगे. नोएडा अथॉरिटी इज हेडेड बाय एन आईएएस ऑफिसर. True or not? That's what we are talking about. So that IAS officer was responsible for that, overseeing this demolition also. Okay, that in spite of setting up of so many developmental bodies, तो बहुत अच्छा लगा सुनकर. It does not appear to be substantial progress in urban scene. I gave you the homework. Please find out what is in your city. But then we are looking at urban areas still face acute problems of shortage of housing. Slums are still growing, resulting in improper sanitation. It may be noted even where urban development authorities are constituted, multiple agencies are unable to function. Multiple agencies is a big problem. Yes. Recently, I was talking to an officer in the authority. See that? So he says there is an illegal encroachment. So authority is going to get it cleared. Do we get that? So the officer and 2 engineers in charge, they have to go for anti-encroachment drive. Is everyone okay? When they will go for anti-encroachment drive, will people object or not? True. Can it become a law and order situation? Is an engineer like you ready to deal with the law and order situation? No. But that encroachment has happened. Should we get rid of that encroachment or not? So what do? You go to the police department. Ask them, we want a FIR on these people and we are going to tomorrow go and demolish that area. We also need police force for that. Is it a good process? I have identified illegal encroachment. I am the officer in charge. I have 2 engineers and there is a notice being served to those people. They have not done anything. I inform the police. I tell the police that the procedure is you register a FIR and tomorrow give me a battalion. Get that? You and I, if we go to the police station for FIR, is it easy? Is it easy? No. Now an officer from authority is going to the police and goes for the FIR. The police fellow says, not possible today. आज साहब नहीं, आज FIR नहीं हो सकती. Sir, आज Friday, Monday को करते हैं. Do we get that? Authority fellow. So done. Now 2 days delay has happened. Everyone, 2 days delay has happened. True. In 2 days, what will happen? The policeman will go to that fellow. Hello, you have 2 days to clear it. Pay me something and I will manage things. Absolute corruption. Possible or not? I am not looking at corruption. I am looking at problem that comes with multiple agencies and coordination. Do you get that? Yes. Somebody is violating the environment norms. I have to stop him. He's about to chop off the trees. Yes or no? I need the police force. Police force will not come. Big problem. Once the trees are chopped off, what do you do? Encroachment upon forest land. There are so many buildings standing in this NCR region. Which do not have that environment clearance. And not one, many buildings that need to be demolished. How many will you demolish? So we also have SPV for implementation of smart city mission. So smart city क्या होती है? आरिफ मुझे तो ये नहीं पता. What is smart city? SPV तो मेरे को समझ में आ गया. What is smart city? Everyone, what is smart city? इन्होंने कहा हमारे पास एक स्पेशल पर्पस व्हीकल है. What is smart city? Smart word comes from IT enabled city. A city which someone says will have all the digital facilities. So if you want to enter that city, you will have your chip, you will have your digital identity card. When you reach there, or there will be RFID based identifier. So your car, your motorcycle reaches, automatically the doors will open. Get that? You enter the city, parking slot will open because you have that RFID card in you. The city automatically, the lights will turn on when the darkness is to that level. Automatically, the city lights, street lights will turn off. Everything is digitized. That is called a smart city. Is everyone okay? Smart solutions, all your identity, all your documents are put in the computers. Everything is there. All payments are happening through those IT and digital things. That is called smart city. Okay. In India, what is smart city? What is smart city? If one street in your city is having Wi-Fi, you are smart city. If you placed dustbins everywhere, you are smart city. In fact, government started a contest. Tell us, how can your city be made smart? If you paint the walls with heritage, that is smart city. अपने यहाँ तो smart city का मतलब ही कुछ और कर दिया भाई. आरिफ बोल रहा सर उसके लिए SPV. किस चीज के लिए SPV बताओ तो? In India, smart city is to add smart as prefix before name of the city. भाई NDA in its first tenure 2014 to 2019 came with smart city mission. 2019 के बाद तो बात ही नहीं की. वो तो हो गया. City smart हो गया. And they said they invited the names of the city from the state. State को बोला, please send in entries which cities do you want them to be smart. We will give you initial 25 crore rupees, बाकी तुम पैसा लगा के उसको स्मार्ट बना दो. That was smart city mission. बोला सर इसके लिए एसपीवी लगाया, क्या करेगा स्मार्ट सिटी में ये तो बताओ. What is smart city? In India, smart city is smart city. So when you give me all these points, हवा में ही है. Is everyone okay? So metropolitan planning a challenge or not? Is it a big challenge? I'm saying first of all, and above all, forget this. I'm saying coordinating agencies. We city dwellers, we fight with the administration. We want to evade taxes, yes or no? We want to not pay the parking fees, yes or no? City Development Authority होती है एक, constituted under respective City Development Authority Act होता है, उसमें बनता है. There can be town planning department in almost all states, headed by the chief town planner. Metropolitan Area Planning Committee, Constitution of Metropolitan Area Planning Committee is under 74th Amendment. मैं वो भी नहीं ऐड कर रहा हूँ, but just telling you at one place. I'm also giving you case studies. Delhi Development Authority was statutorily constituted in 1957 to plan development of Delhi metropolitan area comprising of both urban and rural area. Lieutenant Governor of Delhi is the head of this. It is responsible for formulating and administrating the master plan of Delhi. Land, housing, commercial, office, playground, recreation, everything वो ये करते हैं. Primary function is to ensure the sale and acquisition and development of land, and other things is including adequate land and shelter for vehicle sections and essential facilities. For Kolkata, we have the Kolkata Metropolitan Development Authority. This was created under West Bengal Towns and Country Planning Act 1979. Regarding Bombay, Greater Bombay today consists of 3 geographical divisions. One is Bombay City, the suburbs, and the extended suburbs. It came into being in 1950, outlying areas in Salsette Island, consisting of Bandra, Ghatkopar, and Kurla. So, ये जो Bombay बना था, कैसे बना था? एक island से बना था, Salsette Island से, and were annexed to the original Bombay City, and they came to be known as Greater Bombay. Municipal Act of 1872. Imagine the British time. It has been there since the British time was established. Get that? Lord Ripon announced the local self-government in 1882. Bombay Municipal Corporation Act was passed in 1888 and continues in force today with changes. So do we have to learn this? No, this is not to be learned. I just wanted to tell you that this is what metropolitan regions are there. So the topic was of, there was an overlap with paper 1. Do you understand? There we did not go into detail. There I did only what is a sphere of influence. And today I have put it in India. Can you see sphere of influence was easy? Theory was easy. Theory was just about the boundary of it. Where is the zone of dominance? Where is the zone of influence? Can you see the real thing and its practice is a very big challenge. So metropolitan regions are a big challenge. Everyone, let's take a break over here, and I will start with a new topic after this that is called conurbations, continued urbanizations. Conurbations 1641 to 1650. And please look at the planner also. In meanwhile, we have another class scheduled at 7 p.m. today. There is a class at 7 on industrial geography. Not a special class, geography optional class. Industrial geography, it is not a special class, it is in the schedule. Please check in the schedule itself. So everyone, are we back? Any questions? So Dushan says it is showing in the schedule. So definitely the session is at 7 o'clock. We'll go for that session. That will be on industrial geography. Whatever were the topics left, we will be looking into that. So everyone, let me start with conurbation. Conurbation is a short form for continued urbanization. Once he's saying duration 2 hours, maybe 1.5. We should be able to finish in 1.5. I think a couple of industries were left, and that ecotourism was left. Yes, small little topic. I think ecotourism was left and industry. That's what we're. So everyone, please pay attention. Let us come to the topic. The topic is called continued urbanization or conurbation. It's a short form. The term was given by Sir Patrick Gates. He's considered the father of modern town planning. He introduced the concept region to architecture and planning and coined the term conurbation in his book Cities in Evolution. Okay. So what is conurbation? Con comes from continued urbation. So generally, if this is a region and if there is an urban center, now that urban center will keep on growing on its periphery with time, yes or no? But when we are talking of conurbation, it is generally because of a better and easy transport system that urbanization has continued and was facilitated by these transport active arteries. So this whole area became urbanized, and there was another urban center which also expanded along this whole area, and soon like a ribbon settlement, this whole area became urbanized. So can I say city 1 and city 2, their sphere of influence overlapped, and this area which had like infills which were not urbanized, they have also got urbanized. Is everyone okay? So if you ask me stages, so one urban center, another urban center, advancement happens. This whole area gets urbanized. Stage 1, stage 2, stage 3. Is everyone okay with this? Conurbation. So conurbations, where did he observe? He observed, he drew the attention to the ability of the then new technology of electric power and motorized transport to allow cities to spread. They will spread and they will agglomerate together. And he gave examples of Mid-Lantern in England, Ruhr Basin, if you've heard of important industrial region, Randstad in Netherlands, and Northeastern Seaboard in USA. So people who had done paper 1 with me, if you remember, I told you this whole area from Boston to Washington is called the Bowash region. This whole area has got urbanized. This is also called the New England Industrial Region or the Bowash conurbation. Yes, इसी को Northeastern Seaboard in the US भी कहा जाता है. So for people who had done paper 1, the name of the person, Patrick Gates, the book Cities in Evolution, and City Spread along this. Get that? Example in England, Mid-Lantern, Ruhr Valley in Germany, Randstad in Netherlands, Northeastern Seaboard in US. That was for paper 1. And I also told you there can be uninucleated, and polynucleated. Uninucleated and polynucleated. What is uninucleated? This is London, and London is growing in all direction. If there are smaller urban areas, that also will be absorbed in that. This is called Greater London conurbation. It has radiated out from a single center. And what is polynucleated? Polynucleated is like this, that there is a transport artery, and what is happening? Urban influences are increasing, and a stage comes, whole of it gets urbanized. Which area? Bowash area. और क्या था चाइना में, if you remember? शंघाई के साथ कौन सा है? याद नहीं आ रहा है. रिवर वांगो शंघाई के अंदर. That place I'm not able to remember. And then we have Yokohama, Tokyo, Kawasaki. टोक्यो, योकोहामा, कावासाकी. शंघाई, हांगकांग. आरती आपको पता नहीं है, शंघाई और हांगकांग बहुत दूर है. मिंटू ने सही जवाब दिया है, वुहान रीजन. ठीक है. So Hong Kong is not there. Shanghai, Wuhan conurbation. So people who did paper 1 with me, if you remember, I had already done this. ठीक है. अभी तो हो गया वर्ल्ड का. क्वेश्चन आएगा इंडिया का. True. Question is on India. So first of all, in India, conurbation has not happened in the true sense of the Western world, because India's urbanization itself is very, very different. Can I say that our urbanization is very subsistence urbanization? True. So India's urbanization, or wherever some continued urbanization has happened in India, that itself is very, very limited. बट फिर भी अगर मुझे कुछ आइडेंटिफाई करना, आवर ओन ब्रांड, बिल्कुल हमारे पास अपना ही ब्रांड है. ट्रू. इन दैट वे वी आर लाइक पुष्पा, अपन का ही ब्रांड है. I don't know how that movie became a brand, but Pushpa is Pushpa. Flower समझा क्या? So everyone, if you ask me, first of all, let me go to my metropolitan centers. Which are my metropolitan center? Kolkata, Delhi. True. I see Delhi has expanded radially outward. True or not? I think Delhi NCR is an example of a conurbation. Do you agree? Delhi NCR is an example of conurbation. Delhi is not a port. It can expand radially in all direction, which is not the case of Bombay. Bombay, I told you na, Silset Island is there. Island उसके साथ बांद्रा, कुर्ला, सब कुछ घाटकोपर को जोड़कर पूरा एक ग्रेटर मुंबई बना है. So Bombay doesn't have that. Kolkata stagnated, and Chennai also. So ये अपने पास हो गए. One, uninucleated or multinucleated? Uninucleated. But I personally feel Delhi, Meerut, Saharanpur, Dehradun, ये कुछ बनता हुआ मुझे दिखाई दे रहा है. I can see that. I can also see Delhi, Ludhiana, Panipat, Ambala, Chandigarh. ये भी दिख रहा है मुझे. Get that? So Delhi to Chandigarh and even Shimla. And Delhi to Dehradun. Looks like. Is it happening or not? Is the government connecting them with highways? So will that thing, transport, will that also be there? See, geography is about spatial, so I can see that thing happening. But somebody said, sir, you forgot, Delhi is going towards Jaipur also. I have an issue with Jaipur. It does not stop at Jaipur. It continues. Ahmedabad, Vadodara, Surat and Bombay. This entire thing which is coming, ये मुझे एक बहुत अच्छा conurbation दिखाई देता है. Can I say Jaipur will fall on this? Ahmedabad, Vadodara, Surat. Makes sense? Have we also brought in rail corridors over here? Rail corridors are there. Eastern, western corridors are there. Why would they not develop? True or not? यहाँ मुझे आगरा की तरफ, आगरा मथुरा की तरफ भी जाता दिखाई दे रहा है. I want Lucknow, Kanpur to join the party, Allahabad, but अभी हुआ नहीं. They tell us that this also, Kolkata to Asansol or Durgapur, that is also a conurbation. Kolkata to Asansol is a conurbation. Now, I think Dushyant is from Kolkata. People from West Bengal. I have been in this area. I don't find it urban. I don't know why. Is it urban? If you have driven on this area, Sanchari, Dushyant, आपको लगता है सारा एरिया अर्बन है? मुझे नहीं लगता. This whole Hooghly belt they say urban है. अब so many students are writing this. Maybe some book has done it. Maybe some Delhi wala coaching wala has done it. They are saying Delhi Asansol is an urban conurbation. Here, I've been to so many times to that port, Haldia port. I can understand. Even Kolkata, Haldia, if you travel in that road also, no, Kolkata to Haldia, even that has so many pockets which are non-urban. True or not? Remember, when we are talking of conurbation, all the ribbon, all the infills, they are urbanized. So feeling आती है, आप दिल्ली वो कोलकाता से हल्दिया ड्राइव करके देखो. रोड एंड रेलवे कनेक्टिविटी मे बी अ फैक्टर. एक है जस्ट हैविंग अ रोड एंड रेलवे, फिर तो पूरे इंडिया में गोल्डन क्वाड्रिलेटरल है ना. सो गोल्डन क्वाड्रिलेटरल दैट मींस वी आर conurbation. I'm saying road and railway can facilitate a creation of conurbation. Conurbation has to happen or not. It may develop perfectly okay. It may develop, but if you ask me, a faster conurbation that would develop is this one: Chennai, Bangalore, Mangalore, Hyderabad. ये ज़्यादा connect दिखाई दे रहा है मुझे. Who is really getting urbanized? Yes or no? This entire, like West Coast, केरला वाला सारा का सारा अर्बन एरिया दिखाई देता है. कोची, तिरुवनंतपुरम. This is Mangalore, Bangalore, Chennai. कल्याणी का woken up. So Delhi, Chandigarh. कल्याणी का तो पहले किया था ना. Bangalore. अभी कुछ लोग कहेंगे सर यहाँ पर भी तो है सर गुवाहाटी से इधर. So no, I'm not making them. It doesn't mean connecting lines with two cities. I'm saying there is a continued urban influence that is happening. If that is okay, I understand. This Mumbai, Pune, Mumbai, Nasik, Nagpur. ऐसा मुझे लगता है. True? Yes or no? If a question comes, can I say rather than conurbations, developing or potential conurbations in India? See, I have the script. I have the benefit. No, I can draw anyways. Transport is improving, no doubt about that. First the Golden Quadrilateral and now the Bharatmala Pariyojana. That is doing that. Freight corridors, remember? यहाँ पर ईस्टर्न फ्रेट कॉरिडोर है ना, धानकुनी से लुधियाना तक वाला, ईस्टर्न फ्रेट कॉरिडोर इज ऑल्सो देयर. This is western freight corridor. So they all are working. Now you know that industrial corridors ban gaya udhar Nagpur area mein. So everything will work. Everything will work. But if a question comes on this, and I want to tell you, I don't think so books mein ye diya hoga. Kisi ne cooler padha hoga to cooler mein nahi milega ye. After these classes on settlement, you will have that clarity that these are the cities. This is the urban landscape of India. Kar jaake class ko plot kar liya karo map mein. You should be plotting that on the map. Is everyone with me? ठीक है. So वैसे तो टॉपिक यहाँ पे खत्म हो जाना चाहिए. This is conurbation. These are the conurbations in India. But what should I teach you? Drivers of conurbation and problems of conurbation. Make sense? So if you're preparing for a topic, do this. I'm sure you did this in your school days also. You know the topic, what is it, what is driving it, what are not happening, and solutions. And everyone, can I say problems are the same as the problems of urbanization in India? Or be metropolitan region problems, can they be chipked here or not? So much of urbanization happening, but urban government, urban facilities, and urban ethos is missing. True or not? Urbanization is not just about connecting through the roads, as AK was talking about, sir. Probably there are roads and railways. That should not be the criteria for a conurbation. A conurbation is all along that urban ethos, urban mindset, and urban facilities are there. And why am I using this word again and again? Urban ethos. Urban ethos. More accepting, more tolerant, more cosmopolitan, more modern, not orthodox, not superstitious. That is urban ethos. But where is urban ethos in India? Moment dengue comes. Yes or no? Monsoon season. The news comes that you need goat milk. Goat milk will help you save from dengue. Heard of this? Goat milk price goes up. 200 rupees per liter. Yes, sir? The desi fellow in the city says, why give this? Why not get a goat in the city? Goat in city. Goat in house. वो goat लेकर आ जाता है. True or not? We have highways. On highways, we have घोड़ा गाड़ी. What is घोड़ा गाड़ी? Horse cart. मिलता है? बुलक cart भी मिलता है कि नहीं मिलता है? What conurbation are we talking of? Urban ethos. And if a cat crosses the path, where is the urban ethos? Red signal. If somebody asks you parking charges, where is the ethos? True or not? Parking charges, where is the ethos? लिखना पड़ता है. पहले लिखते थे नो पार्किंग, अब आता है नो स्टैंडिंग ऑल्सो. सर मैं तो पार्क थोड़ी किया, मैं तो इसी में बैठा हूँ ना. ये सब द होल फैमिली, तुम बैठो मैं आ रहा हूँ. Urban ethos. And you can kill someone on red light in Delhi just because he looked at you in a particular way which you did not like. देख रहा है? आंखें निकालेगा? अभी मैं तेरी आंखें निकाल लेता हूँ. Amazing. Yes. Immediately you have this thought, let me make him Prithviraj Chauhan, the ruler whose eyes were taken out. This fellow was behaving like this. And not only men, women also want to take out the eyes. तुम क्यों मोहम्मद, वो क्या था, गौरी था वो, तुम क्यों गौरी बनना चाहते हो यार? ऐसे देख रहा था मुझे, घूर घूर के देख रहा था. अरे बेचारा मास्क पहन के ऐसे देख रहा था. True. So that's what we are talking about. Urban ethos, traffic rules, traffic management, and police. How do we interact with the police? So many things are there. So urban ethos हटा दें हम. Over self importance. ये पता नहीं क्या होता है स्नेहा, but कुछ तो है हमें. ये सब. वो दिल्ली में जो कार में बैठ के खाने वाला कल्चर है, शाम को निकले गाड़ी में कारोबार. True or not? Urban ethos. I did not understand what is urban ethos in that. See, you were living in a village or a small town. So what happened was you went out on the chopal or somewhere, you started having something. Now in the car, you come from the village, वो कार कहीं पे भी रोकेगा, अपना सब कुछ लेके चालू हो जाएगा. True. Anyways, what is driving conurbation in India? Quickly tell me. First is in migration. कहाँ ले जाए इन लोगों को? So much of population coming in. Second is, I think, as I said, transport. Can I say some decongestion happening? Government is decongesting something. Yes or no? Some environment laws, they don't allow you to have this city produce this, so you start producing over there. Can I say unethical builders? They will acquire land, cheap land, so land rates. True. So can we say that big population is core of most of the problems in India? Yes, Ramesh, we can say that one of the biggest problems of India is population resource imbalance. It is a serious problem, no doubt about it. Tell everyone, expanding Indian city regions. So we are talking about Indian city regions getting expanded. So when you are writing about sorry, when you're writing about this, so why are our urban areas expanding? So currently estimated 33%, expected to be 53%. Adding hundreds of millions of people to the city is creating giant mega cities. Do we agree or not? And remember, what is mega city? Population above 10 million. India can easily go 50 million. Yes or no? Agar Hardik Pandya खेल रहा है, when Hardik Pandya is batting, yes or no? 50 million is easy, no? World may have a definition of 10 million as mega city. हम लोगों के लिए 50 million, कोई problem? Unemployed, young people, talkative people, on YouTube and TikTok, able to impress, पुष्पा, झुकेगा नहीं, और क्या चाहिए? 50 million. One is 50 golds in Olympic, other is 50 million people. Which one India can achieve faster? City with 50 million and 50 gold in Olympic. Which one Indians can achieve faster? 50 million. एकदम से कर सकते हैं, कर सकते हैं. Geography studies urban areas as functional units. The functional cities, which are urban areas defined as integrated labor markets. So everyone, please pay attention. Please pay attention. Very, very important. You know what? Urban area in the world is functional area. Functional cities. They are identified by how many laborers are commuting to work. That is the region comprised together places of residence and work, such as business district and corresponding residential area and suburb. In US, the definition corresponds to metropolitan statistical area. So US में तो data होता है. But in India, do we have anything like this? That how many people are going for a job? It's like anyone can enter the city. True or not? 50 million is a very easy thing. In India, no similar metropolitan definition is there. Okay, that. So it because commuting flow remains hard to measure. We don't know who's going to come to the city. आज कौन है कौन नहीं है? Remember, migrant data we never had. Who is coming? Huge population. Instead, at present, the census of India builds units of analysis known as urban agglomeration, which are only an approximation of these concepts. Urban agglomerations are defined as spatial contiguities. So whatever cities have come together, say for example, this is Delhi, Noida, Gurgaon, Faridabad, isko bolega urban agglomeration. So for us, this idea of how a city is there, how it is happening, even we don't have parameters. So हमारे लिए, इसीलिए I really felt that this whole thing, if it was USA, they would measure it in terms of inflow of labor. How much is the housing over here? How much are the facilities involved? Do you think in India we are looking at that? In India, what are we looking at? Urban means road, urban means bus, urban means transport, urban means school, urban means hospital. Those are proper because these are functional units. Urban means Wi-Fi, rather Wi-Fi to pata nahi, internet. Urban means electricity. Urban means big mall. True? Big mall nahi, even mall is okay. Mall होना चाहिए ना. वहीं पर अपना YouTube वीडियो बनाना है, TikTok भी उधर ही बनेगा. So please pay attention. Very, very clear. In the Western world, urban areas are a function. So you count the number of people entering and leaving, and you are able to see whether urbanization is increasing or decreasing. In India, why do you come to urban area? So in your village, you were not getting the wages. So you come here in Delhi and you are looking for whatever job. Whatever job means, sir, I can be a guard, I can be a cleaner, I can be a driver, I can be a domestic help. जो कहोगे सब बन जाएंगे. True or not? And you come to the urban area. True? And this is how gradually things are happening. And urban areas, are they offering the services? That also is not very, very clear. So this is what is happening in India. So as somebody said right in the beginning, sir, yeah, India ki problem, population resource imbalance is very big. And second is our criteria. When we are calling it urbanization or conurbation, we don't have data of that sort. So एक हमने map बनाया, everyone, this is I made, this is teacher's map. Okay, that I'm sure you also made it. This is book map. Which one is better? बनाया तो इसने भी भाई. इस पूरे एरिया में कुछ अर्बनाइजेशन दिखा रहा है, इधर दिल्ली से कुछ निकला है, यस, इधर चेन्नई के पास वही है. बट इट टेक्स some understanding. You are saying cities of northern, central and eastern India. अबे अफगानिस्तान कहाँ रहा है इधर? True or not? And you telling me Afghanistan has cities bigger than Delhi? क्या लिया है? अगर मैं इधर मैप बनाऊं, everyone, ये तो ऑलमोस्ट अफगानिस्तान है कि नहीं? अगर अफगानिस्तान नहीं भी है तो जम्मू कश्मीर है कि नहीं? Does जम्मू कश्मीर has a city fighting the level of Delhi? कुछ भी बनाना है यार. Because कंप्यूटर पे उतना फ्रीडम नहीं होता. That's the freedom of you being able to draw a map. फिर भी मैंने कहा मैप अच्छा है, चलो बना देते हैं. Cities of southern and western India. That's what I'm saying. Books cannot replace human creativity. And the maps which you create in your homework, amazing. The kind of flowcharts you are submitting, you people are putting in so much of innovation. Hats off to this batch, yaar. Amazing. I really feel, my students have really taken a leap of faith with me. Yaar, books se zyada hum kar sakte. We can actually add our element and we would do it better. Many of you are doing it, so amazing. And I'm sure the breakthrough sessions would have helped you on that. It is typical of fast developing nations that formal infrastructure and services are first developed in larger cities. पहले कहाँ पर आता है? Delhi, Mumbai, उसी में आता है. Gradually, it comes more common in smaller places throughout the urban system. Can I say this is the driver? If somebody says that first, the whole idea of conurbation, when I started making a map, did I first make those 4 or not? So it is always that they are the four ones, and from there the urban influence starts radiating out along the transport arteries. Regarding infrastructure delivery, large Indian cities seem to have an advantage than the smaller city. Do they have an advantage also? Remember, there will be capital also. Government schemes also will be there. They will be targeting the big cities. Chota city ko nahi karega. Which is the pattern typical of other urban systems where basic infrastructure such as road, sanitation, electric access are not yet universal and spread. So can I say this whole conurbation idea revolves around those four centers as our primary urban metropolitan regions, and from there the leading metropolitan region. Can I say top 10 out of 53 million plus cities must be memorized? Sorry, कैसे करेंगे? अरे यार चार तो वैसे है ना. क्या क्या है चार? Tell me the four. Delhi, Mumbai, Kolkata, and Chennai. Add Bangalore to it. Add Hyderabad to it. Bangalore, Hyderabad, जुड़ गया. 2 or not 6 हो गया. Look a little further. I'm sure Pune will be there. ये लखनऊ के चाहने वाले, लखनऊ बेटा बहुत पीछे. ठीक है. Look at the cities. 7 तो मैंने बता दिया, बाकी होमवर्क करके आना जल्दी से. ठीक है. Use them and that should be there. Technological innovation measured by patenting activities. So technological innovations also. Can I say measured by patenting activity shows a strong superlinear pattern with city size. Do we agree on that also? Internet availability, that also decides. So bigger the city, the more is the availability of technology also. So everyone, drivers of conurbation, map of conurbation, what is conurbation, emerging conurbations in India. Is everyone okay? स्नेहा ने कुछ लगाया. स्नेहा इसमें क्या करना चाहते हो? स्नेहा has put a doubt. I don't know what is the doubt. पूछो तो सही, doubt क्या है? Level of urbanization. While India's level of urbanization as a whole appears to be below 10 states. Cities कहाँ है तो states है ना, 10 states, Maharashtra, Uttar Pradesh, Tamil Nadu, West Bengal. I did not ask this. No, this though we've already written down. This though I've given you in my handout. What is my question? Why are you getting confused, Sneha? I'm saying out of the 53 million plus city, have I written? Out of the 53 million plus city, top 10 cities of those. Look at the census. Look at the census list. Top 10 will be the seeds of conurbation. Beta city ki baat ho rahi hai, state bhul jao. I am saying if you are looking at the map, they will be the ones where technological innovation is higher, where infrastructure delivery is better. Get that? Road, sanitation. So those are the ones which have started and it has radiated out. This is what we call is diffusion of innovation is happening out of them. And can I also say, everyone, can I also say government's infrastructure projects, especially transport and communication with the coming of 5G and all those things, as we say, the world is shrinking as a global village. So will that help in urbanization and the movement happening? And here, everyone, here, post-COVID, as I said, like work from home, can I say tier 2 towns will also get encouraged? True or not? A little bit of that is happening, as I said, urban migration, but to a smaller town also. Can I say online education will stop people moving from, like small towns to big towns only for education? Only for education. Means for other things they can move on. But I'm told that कोटा में सब लोग वापस आ गए क्योंकि पढ़ने से ज़्यादा माहौल में मजा आता है. Who's interested only in the class? True or not? सर फील आना चाहिए सर. मुखर्जी नगर का शाम को हम लोग बैठे हैं, चाय समोसा, वो आ रही हैं, वो जा रही हैं. And Pushpa is sitting over there. Purvi saying माहौल तो ऑफलाइन में, पूर्वी हर तरह का माहौल होता है. There can be a माहौल, there can be an environment conducive of studies, there can be an environment totally which takes you off studies. And I want to tell you the second environment is often there. Okay, that नौकरी मिली नहीं मिली, छोकरी ढूंढ रहा है, ऐसा भी हो जाता है. क्वेश्चन जल्दी से लिखोगे. राइट अ क्वेश्चन. Delineate the emerging conurbations in India and associated challenges. Have I talked about it? Has this part been talked about or not? Everyone. Likho phir. Let us see what will you write. 2 pages. If you have to write, what will you write? 1728 to 1738. Quickly. बहुत दिन से आंसर नहीं लिखा तुमने. Nobody seems to be excited. Not even yes sir, no sir. आधे लोग तो सुसाइड करना चाहते हैं. Sir, answer writing sir at this point in time. I'm so tired. अरे आफ्टर टीचिंग, इमेजिन आफ्टर टेलिंग यू एवरीथिंग, उसके बाद क्वेश्चन दे रहा हूं. But I'm not teaching for the first year. It's been 17 years here. I get this resistance, but that should not stop me from giving questions. Yes or no? If I stop giving questions, then who will give you questions? चलो, तो एक तो ये आंसर है. ये जो इंडिया बनाया है पुष्पा स्टाइल का, टिल्टेड पुष्पा स्टाइल इंडिया. I hope you will not make it. People who don't know Pushpa, it's okay. You did not lose anything. In fact, you saved some time. Patrick Gates. So, answer to the question. ये देख ले हम कैसे लिखा गया आंसर. थोड़ी देर evaluate कर लेते हैं. Patrick Gates in his book Cities in Evolution. Cities in Evolution. Cities in Evolution 19. Worth remembering? People who are writing the examination, they even remember this. Does it make a difference? Well, it can make a difference if the answer is good. If it is not, then it's a different thing. So I have a request that if you're writing this, remember school days, capital letters, title लेना. Patrick Gates का why G small? If my name is Sachin, so it starts with Sachin S capital, and that doesn't go Arora. Surname की भी इज्जत दो ना. क्या दिक्कत है यार? Simple rules यार. This is what happens. You know why this person has done this? This shows this person has done this because some topper said that if you write the book also it makes a difference. अभी दिखाओ तो सही. At least show what you have done. At least underline it. If you want marks, you're putting in effort. Why not underline and take marks from the examiner? Tell me in school, did you used to underline or not? कोई दिक्कत? Sir, in UPSC should be underlined. Smartly underline. Patrick Gates, whatever you want to read. Patrick Gates in his book City of this thing coined the term from conurbation in 1950. Not needed. The process of conurbation has been observed in USA and Canada. Imagine nowhere this fellow defined conurbation. How sad. बता तो दे what is conurbation. This is what I say is a pseudo impression thing. Process of conurbation has been observed in US, Canada, etc. अभी आपको बताया कॉन्वर्सेशन कहाँ आया. इंग्लैंड, जर्मनी, जापान, चाइना, सब जगह पर है. However, India in recent time has emerging conurbations. Delhi, सोनीपत, पानीपत, चंडीगढ़ कॉन्वर्सेशन. ये किया ही नहीं कि दिल्ली इज यूनिन्यूक्लियर. नायहाटी, बजबज, रिशरा कॉन्वर्सेशन. सुन रहे नायहाटी, बजबज और रिशरा जाके देख लो. They are hardly urban. Anyone? West Bengal people. रिशरा is urban. सब रट के बैठा है. मुंबई, अहमदाबाद कॉन्वर्सेशन. अरे पूरा कॉन्वर्सेशन है चाचा. और ये क्या बनाया? चेन्नई, बैंगलोर, हैदराबाद कॉन्वर्सेशन. ये तो कोई मैप बनाया. बता रहे इंडिया का हालत देख लो नीचे क्या है. चेन्नई दिखाएगा किधर है? Where will he show Chennai? That's why we say, like, learn to make map, you will really get value. और ये देखो जल्दी जल्दी में ये भी दिखाया एग्जामिनर को, सर ऐसे बनता है कॉन्वर्सेशन, इमर्जिंग कॉन्वर्सेशन. Everyone, has this person done justice to the first part of the question? Delineate the emerging conurbations in India. 15 mark question है, सोचो. Has he done that? He wants to write mains. Last year he got 93 out of 250, if you remember, in paper 2. इस बार भी ये करके आएगा. कुछ नहीं कर सकते. Because he believes in mugging up. He's मगरमच्छ. Challenges: lack of infrastructure. Conurbation leads to integration of workforce market. However, due to poor development of infrastructure, conurbation have limited success. क्या बात कर रहे हैं? Leads to integration of workforce. However, due to poor development in India. What is the sentence? I don't know. He also doesn't know what English he's writing. But writing. Degree of urbanization. Conurbations are the highest order urban landscape. ये भी नया वाला सीखा है. जहाँ लिखो highest वाइएस्ट डाल दो. However, India with only 34% conurbation level, urbanization level, restricts conurbation. Imagine if we are 34% urban, that means we can't have conurbation. What logic? This is Pushpa logic. True? बढ़िया यार. Conurbation require a balance between concentration and spread effect. In India, polarization is dominant, hindering conurbation. कौन इसे बताएगा? There can be a uninuclear conurbation also. This person doesn't have concept. Shadow effect of Jaipur has hindered conurbation in nearby areas. Because of Jaipur, conurbation नहीं हो पाया. Jaipur is a part of conurbation. कौन बताएगा इसको? Shadow effect of Hyderabad. Hydra its capital, and I'm पक्का बता रहा हूँ. This has been coaching. IIT का है student है. Student from IIT doesn't have that much of self-confidence. This is what happens. He thinks the shadow effect which impressed him will impress the examiner also. Existence of rural pockets. In India, conurbation also include rural pocket. So you will say in India, conurbations are not true conurbations. Can I say that? There is a lot of or lack of infill development. Now that's a language. कहाँ से लाएगा? ये तो आईटी में भी दी जाती है. और आईटी कैसे पास किया जाता है? Remember physics, chemistry, maths, numerical रट के. Numerical fellow. मैं तो आईटी प्रोडक्ट हूँ. आईटी प्रोडक्ट है आपके सामने. Conurbations are regions which require uniformity in decision making. Wow, I never heard of this. Conurbations are regions which require uniformity in decision making. I can talk about him to you, but if I talk about him to him, there'll be a problem because he has to write the exam after 15 days. True. Can you understand the constraints of a teacher? I can't even tell him that stop doing this drama. If I tell him straight on his face that you're just trying to fool, you are from IIT, कुछ तो दिमाग लगाओ यार. Conurbation are regions that require uniformity in decision making. What? Remember that metropolitan region debate? I can understand. That is about urban governance. True. I can also use a point that for governing conurbations, we need to have a regional plan, not just city plan. True or not? But kuch bhi dalega. And I really want to tell you that he would have heard from the teacher and he's just putting it. And I've also seen that despite feedback, he does it. Because I foolishly selected him for master stroke. Free में उसके paper check करवाने के लिए आया हुआ. Because of such people, I stopped master stroke here. So mechanical. आपको आंसर भी दिखा रहा हूँ. First part of the answer, not this thing. Patrick Gates, he knows the book was written in 1915. He has spent energy in memorizing this. From a coaching teacher who has said that if you write this, you get marks. This is the map. You can see this is what he has done. First part is that, not even delineated properly. And you can see what happens to mugging up. Now, if I tell you to mug up what I'm saying, am I your friend or your enemy? Now, my conscience doesn't want that. So that's why I tell my student, come karo, meet Mr. Khuller. Read that book also. Yes, meet this census report. Read that also. And please check whether Sachin sir said correct or not. I am ready for that. Because I don't want, because of my error, you should suffer. Why should you suffer? You should get the whole picture. So the teacher has told, ye wala kaam karna. Now the city is in evolution, 1915. If you write this, you get marks. Immediately, dekhte hi examiner, pair mein gir jayega, mahan, kahan the aap? Aur marks hi marks matega. Answer do yaar. He's very sad. In order to overcome the challenge, the schemes like Sagarmala, Bharatmala were launched. Imagine, Sagarmala and Bharatmala were launched to deal with the challenge of conurbation. Such beautiful connection. IIT logic. IIT भी नहीं चेंज कर पाए तो मैं क्या करूंगा? I wonder. पुष्पा झुकेगा नहीं ये. High speed rail from Mumbai to Ahmedabad. ये बढ़िया से लिखो ना. High speed rail from Mumbai to Ahmedabad. Can something development of conurbation? अरे already conurbation है चाचा. So everyone, you did not write the answer. It's absolutely okay. Did you from this exercise understood that how faking an answer is not a good idea? It is like I invite you for a dinner and I just talk and then I said, nice meeting you, go back. You don't even get the food. Answer दिया नहीं इसने. बकवास की है. And free में evaluation के लिए आया. So I was checking his paper. I checked around 2 answers. I had to check total 5, no? So 2 means how many? 8 answers I checked. After that I wrote, you have joined this only for free evaluation. I refuse to check any further. I'm not interested in checking what notes you have. No, sir, I take your feedback very seriously, sir. These are not from the notes and all. Can you see that any man with some sense will not write this? Isn't this only notes? ये कहाँ से लाया यार? कुछ दिमाग लगाया. And this one, will you write existence of rural pockets? And would you write decision making? Uniformity of decision making is multiple government body. कुछ तो sense होगा. I understand the topic. I understand what he wants to say. But would you use your language or not? So I gave him a call. I said that you know everything. If you start using your own language, that will be better for you. Rest, I have no other feedback. All the best. कुछ और क्या बोलो? Let's come to functional classification of town. So everyone, not all answers are to be written. At times, from others' mistakes, we can understand that how answers are not to be written. So can you see this has got nothing to do with this answer? Sagarmala, Bharatmala se to conurbation nahi hone wala. Can I say infrastructure development project? That is one. And bigger problem with urbanization is it should not be just connectivity. It should bring in urban ethos, urban facilities to all the places. And above all, remember, urban areas offer a functional role that should be there. So that brings me to the functional classification. Functional classification of Indian towns. We are looking at functional classification of Indian towns. So everyone, there are thousands of towns in the world. Thousands of towns and cities in the world. Now to understand them, in paper 1, I taught my students that geographers try to classify them. Classify them on qualitative basis. And classify them on quantitative basis. Qualitative basis, remember, if you remember, I talked about age of city. Yes. Eopolis, polis, neopolis, necropolis, ऐसा था? ऐसा? Young city, mature city, senile city, ऐसे कुछ नाम दिए थे? Did I give you any such names? I told you a person by the name Arozu started classifying some names like this also. I talked about Taylor, his classification based on age of city and all those things, based on technique, Eo technique, neo technique, paleo technique, something of that sort. So I don't know whether you remember or not, but this was done in paper 1. On quantitative aspect, we can look at the size of the thing, we can look at the functions of it. So in this came an idea of functional classification of town. Most important and popular classification of towns in the world, classification of towns, is the functional classification. It has multiple approaches. One is, what function does a town perform? What function does a town perform? Everyone, any function your town performs? Any function that your town performs unique to your town? Jaldi bataiye. Any function that your town performs unique to your. Can I say one is administrative? Is there? Welfare is there. So everyone, this too is common. No, I said anything unique. Sir, quota is education. Okay. Quota is education. Sir, defense town, Pathankot. Sir, cultural town, Mathura. Agreed. Historical town, aesthetic town, tourism के लिए. Do we get that, everyone? Now, I want to ask you, Tanvi is saying Lucknow, and she says Lucknow gives me cultural, and she says Lucknow is the capital of Uttar Pradesh. So can I say it is the administrative center also? But Tanvi, I've also heard about a famous institute called IIM Lucknow. Is it a coveted institute? So can I say education also? That's also there. Lucknow was, since the Mughal time, a big defense area also. उसके आसपास होगा. Not Lucknow, but nearby. True. लखनऊ में लोग टूरिज्म के लिए भी आते हैं. इमामबाड़ा देखने भी आते हैं. True. So everyone, this applies to Delhi also. Delhi is for tourism, Delhi is for education, Delhi is for culture. So this word functional classification is okay, but did you realize that cities are rarely monofunctional? Cities are rarely monofunctional. In fact, they have multiple functions. Cities have multiple functions. So if somebody has to classify towns, one approach is find out a dominant function of that town. That is called the dominant function approach. There can be another one is, if the town has multiple dominants, then find out those multiple dominants ones. True, and then classify. So there can be a monofunctional town, there can be a bifunctional town, there can be a trifunctional town also. True or not? But when I'm doing this, I have to do the mathematics of it. I have to do a temporal analysis of this. And I want to dictate certain things. Chalega? So can we give the heading functional classification of Indian towns? Functional classification of Indian towns. True. So I'm dictating something, please take down. This is functional classification of Indian town, important. I think we have 10 minutes. कुछ तो लिखवा सकते हैं. So please write down. Functional classification of Indian towns. Refer paper 1 for world. Please write down that also, so that you know that these are connected topics. They are topics. There I talked about Harris Nelson. Harris का आपको दिया गया वहां पर, और Nelson का दिया गया है. ठीक है? People who have done paper 1 with me, you already have in your notes Harris and Nelson. People who have not done paper with me, paper 1, you will also do it, but Harris and Nelson is the one which I've given along with Arozu, as I talked about that. Okay? Please write down the functional classification of Indian towns. Functional classification of Indian towns. Is a popular classification. As was the case of classifying global towns. As was the case of classifying global towns. However, it faces the same challenges. That were faced in the functional classification of towns of the world. functional classification of towns of the world. Most of Indian towns are multiple functional. Most of the Indian towns are multiple functional, and Indian geographers have not only looked at Indian geographers have not only looked at the economic functions, but also included socio-cultural functions, in offering their functional classification. Next paragraph. Indian geographers have adopted two approaches. In classifying Indian towns. A is dominant function approach. A single function of primary significance is identified and used as the basis. A single function of primary significance is identified and used as the basis of classification. B, multifunctional approach. Dominant function approach, multifunction approach. Two or more than two dominant functions are identified. Two or more than two dominant functions are identified. Two or more than two dominant functions are identified and used to classify towns. Okay, that? Next paragraph. Most functional classifications in India have utilized the occupational data of census. So census tells us who is in what occupation, who is in agriculture, who is in industry, who is in services. So most functional classification have utilized the occupational data of census to identify the functional classes or categories. First attempt to functional classification was made by Amrit Lal, 1959, who used the method of locational quotient or location quotient, to determine the functional classification of class 1 cities of India. So he classified class 1 cities of India, उनको categories में डाला. Amrit Lal, LN. The second attempt was made by Qazi Ahmad, who used 62 variables to classify Indian cities and towns, to classify Indian cities and towns into 102 types. Imagine 102 types of towns in India. Next paragraph, the most significant functional classification of Indian towns, the most significant functional classification of Indian towns, however, the most significant functional classification of Indian towns, however, was done by Ashok Mitra. Ashok Mitra, former Registrar General, former Registrar General and Census Commissioner of India. Ashok Mitra का classification. So this was, I think this classification was asked in 2020 mains. 2020 के mains में पूछा है Ashok Mitra classification. So fresh page, please give the heading Ashok Mitra. Functional classification. Is everyone okay? Ashok Mitra's functional classification. Very, very important from the exam perspective. Get that? Very often asked and the only quantitative thing that we have. Is everyone okay? I will start tomorrow's class with Ashok Mitra. Can you read from Khullar as homework? You won't understand much, but don't worry, my job to make it easy for you. So what do you have to do from Khullar, Ashok Mitra, and other is census data on towns, especially 53 towns. Everyone with me? So I'm ending the class. We have another class slotted at 7 p.m. 7 p.m. I hope you can see it in the schedule. It's a geography class. It's not an open class, so that's why I'm not sharing it on the Telegram group. This is only for the Plus subscribers. 7 p.m. I'll meet you with industrial geography. Thank you. Bye-bye.